I commend Deputy Burke on his bill, and I welcome the opportunity to speak, as it allows me to talk about the care of our older people. In that, we're really talking about ourselves, because if we are lucky, old age will come to us all. I'm sure most of us here would like to live independently at home for as long as it's possible, and then, if necessary, with some form of independent but sheltered arrangement in the community. The word independent matters, because it is one of the great injustices of old age that just as we gain the wisdom of years, we can so easily lose our say, our choices and our autonomy. Going from managing homes, families and businesses to does she take sugar in her tea? That's why for our older people, independence and home care and home supports must be high on the agenda of a modern republic. Specifically tonight, I want to address the deaths of men and women in nursing homes, because for some, nursing homes was their home. In my own constituency in North Kildare, we paid a heavy price. In April this year, there was a six-fold increase in deaths in nursing homes in Kildare. Six-fold, Minister, that is, it's critical, it's huge. That's husbands, wives, grandparents, grandmothers, aunties, uncles, who all died unnecessarily. Yes, for some they might have only had 5 or 6 years left, but 5 or 6 years is a long time in the life of a grandparent or a grandchild. 5 years can see a newly born grandchild, having their first day at school. You can see a young adult, a granddaughter getting married and starting a family of her own. With COVID-19, these years and experiences were stolen. In North Kildare, their stealing haunts us, and it is right that it should. Last month, the Kildare coroner, Professor Dennis Cusack, published his report into our nursing homes deaths in Kildare. His interview on Drive Time and KFM, it stopped me in my tracks. His concern, his shock and his compassion was palpable. Suddenly, there was an official warmth and openness to replace the certain coldness and closedness that seemed to have taken hold. The sense that we shouldn't be looking because mistakes were made and blame might follow, except nobody really wanted blame then and no one wants blame now. I said that to Minister Harris when he was Minister for Health. What we want to do is to learn, because if we don't learn, we risk a repeat, and we simply cannot allow that to happen in this winter we're facing into. Out of 139 cited COVID deaths in Kildare over this period, 113 were in nursing homes. Yet in a PQ reply, the HSE told me that neither they nor the Health Protection Surveillance Unit collected testing data prior to transfer of patients from hospital to nursing homes. There was over 60 such transfers in North Kildare, and when I highlighted this, there really wasn't much interest. It's a hard fact of politics now, but for some, Mean Girls has more residents than Dead Girls, especially when those dead girls are old. But the coroner, in confirming their deaths, brought these people's voices back to life. He showed us the atypical presentation of COVID in them, the lethargy, the loss of appetite that wasn't recognised, the quietness and the tests that were left undone. In this, Professor Cusack has done the dead in Kildare and the state some service, and tonight I want to thank him formally in the Dáil for that. He says we need to know why Kildare was so disproportionately affected, and he is right. I really believe we do, because I thought at the time that perhaps we had more nursing homes in Kildare than we had in other counties, and that simply wasn't the case. Kildare suffered very, very badly. Until then, we cannot and we must not wash our hands of it, because for the dead, the unique and the loved, we must hold firm.
Very substantial contributions